Hi everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young and Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we have Father Yule here today on Friday Night Smackdown. Or also known as Grandfather Cole to others, Santa Claus to other folks, Michael Cole says. That's right, Renee Young says. We now know that the Living Sagas happens next week on Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day, whatever you want to call it. And the teams who are going to be fighting this year at the Living Sagas, Renee Young says. I'll tell you right now, a lot of folks might say, how come you don't do war games? Because we don't have the steel cell to even do it. We could do it, it just would not have the steel cell, that's all, if we did do it, Corey Graves says. We have Father Yule, or Grandfather Cold in the ring, and let's see what he's got to say, because he's always known for blowing time. Oh, that's not good. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. It is I, Santa Claus, also known as Father Yule or Grandfather Cold to other folks. And the first thing I want to let folks know is that, yes, really, Yule doesn't happen until the 12th month in Western Christendom and the first month for Eastern Christendom. But anyway, a lot of folks say a lot of things about how, I'm overplayed, and that my work on Yule, that I took Yule away from Jesus. First off, that's not true. You see, I speak and help I work in the behalf of God and the behalf of Jesus by showing love and kindness and giving, just like the things that like that. And I know that that's what I do. I show the same love, the same kindness, and the same giving that Jesus did when he was alive. That God did when he gave us Jesus. Because even though you might be getting gifts this year, the greatest gift that God ever gave mankind and womankind was Jesus. Now I know a lot of folks out there are going to say, well, are you leaving out the other holy days from the other worships? No, we are not. I also want to wish all you Jewish folk a happy gathering of lights. That happens in the 12th month, and it happens on the same day that Yule happens for the Christendom folk. Can you believe that? And also for you non-Christendom black folk out there, a happy gathering of followership, which happens the day after Yule, the day after the gathering of lights. Yes, I know both of those holy days have 8 days, and Yule, the truth is Yule does have 12 days, because Yule really goes from, we'll say, the 25th, and then ends on the Friedif of the first month with the Free Wiseman Day. But it's not done for me, because then I got to do it all over again, because Eastern Christendom does Yule in the first month instead of the 12th month, because the whole breakup between Western Christendom and Eastern Christendom, and they never really did come back. They might all believe in God and Jesus, but as far as them not keeping the same day books, why? I don't know. So I got to do it all again for Eastern Christendom, because they do Yule in the first month. And then I am done for the rest of the year. And, that's not true, because I'm still getting updates on the good and bad list from God and Jesus when it comes to deeds. God and Jesus telling me a little insights about, so-and-so's asleep, so-and-so's awake, so-and-so's been good or bad, that's it. So, that's my word. That is my word. Today. See, that is my word today. That's all I really wanted to tell folks, about that. So, shit. And I know that Thanksgiving, well, at least the 4-1 Rex offshoot of it, is happening next week. And the way I want to look at it is that Roadblock, Duke from Hasbro's G.I. Joes, it is so great to see you both. Yes, it is great to see you. You know, we just want to say a happy Yule to you and wish you also a happy Thanksgiving as well. And we also want to say, if you need any help giving out those gifts this Yule, you know, you can always reckon on the G.I. Joes to help you out. Well, thank you, Duke. Thank you, Roadblock. Or should I say Street Block, since the word road is a French's borrowed word. And that the word Duke, really that would be a French's borrowed word and a French's borrowed name. But anyway, thank you so much for willing to help me out. Well, you're welcome. And no, that's a true oath. If you need help giving gifts out this Yule or for the Gathering of Lights, because there's but 8 days for that, and the Gathering of Followership, which means 8 days for that one, don't worry about it. We got you covered. Well, thank you, Duke. Thank you, Roadblock. And I'll wish you two a happy Yule as well, and a happy Thanksgiving as well. Because no need what worship you belong to, everyone does Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving Day. Unless you're one of those folks that's against it due to some of the, you know, whatever. Unless you already did it. Anyway, folks, we just want to, you know, oh, I have seen everything. Hasbro's G.I. Joes sucking up to Father Yule or Grandfather Cold. Great to see you again, Covert Commander, or Deadly Snake Leader, who calls yourself the world's greatest fear striker and has the gall to say they don't make fear strikers like they once did. That's bullshit. And you know what, Duke said? I took you down before, I'll take you down again. Yeah, me too, Roadblock says. That's same here. I'll take this follower of the 4-1 Bonds of Evil out. I'll take this fear striker, outlaw, warlord out. You think you're so cool by calling me a fear striker, a outlaw, a warlord, you know, a sea thief, you know. I'll make you both yield for that. Yeah. I still can't stand up in this ring, even though we got, yeah. Alright. So, we have Hasbro's G.I. Joes, whatever the English word for that would be. Duke and Roadblock taking on Covert Commander, a Deadly Snake head or leader, here today on Friday Night Smackdown. I'm making it a handicap match. I like to see two followers of the 4-1 Bonds of Good fight a follower of the 4-1 Bonds of Evil. Well, we just heard from John Bradshaw Lakefield, the main overseer of the TWS, Michael Cole says, and we get a fight board in the ring. This match is going to happen. Ding ding ding. Well, let me see how long it's going to be before someone falls over. You know, no need having a new seat. And, or not, Corey Graves says. And does Covert Commander or Deadly Snake Leader ahead have to give up his staff? Corey Graves says, to tell you the truth, Renee Young says, that could just be the same staff that Jafar has. They just might make it, you know, more, it looks like it's more golden than yellow. And he wanted to go after Duke, but Duke ended up giving a close steak, Renee Young said. Mike Cole said a body slam. That's right. You know, Covert Commander, Deadly Snake Leader ahead, calls himself the world's greatest fear striker and has the gall has the gall to say that they don't make fear strikers like they once did, Michael Cole said, and there went the snake staff, out of his hand. And a close stake, and a hip toss, and we'll just call this a backbreaker, Michael Cole said. So far, Duke has the upper hand against Deadly Snake Leader, whatever his true name is. Now Roadblock in the ring now. And Roadblock right now is picking him up in an awkward body slam, but still a body slam, Michael Cole says. Yeah, the very good thing Renee Young said is that dolls can't be wounded and harmed the same way that man-like, woman-like beings can. I mean, it can be broken, that's true. Oh! And I think Renee Young says that he's wishing he didn't come out here and start shit with the G.I. Joes, Renee Young says. Oh, I'm going to tell you, G.I. Joes are overplayed, Corey Graves said. I mean, yeah, Hasbro did a drawing show. Deke did a follow-up drawing show. I mean, there were films that Hasbro made over the years. But come on, they're like so overplayed. I mean, they're not really that cool. I mean, put them up against some true fear strikers or warlords or sea thieves or outlaws, and we'll see what happens, Corey Graves says. Oh! I mean, if they were so great, Corey Graves says, then the Rushland, Ukrainian war would have been over. The Holy Land, Palestinian land war would have been over. The South Korea's land, North Korea's land war would have been over. Oh, and the Syria's land war would have, whoever they're warring against would have been over. And Iranish land's wars, they would have been over too. And Deadly Snake Leader just took down Roadblock right now and believes he's got the upper hand, Michael Cole says. Upper hand, Corey Graves says. Well, first off, I think if they did send them out, those wars would have been over. But those law motes, neither side wants to yield, Michael Cole says. Rushland, Ukrainian land have been warring since 2021, YL. North Korea's land and South Korea's land's war has been going on off since now between 50 YLs. And Holy Land and Palestinian land war has been going on and off for years too. As far as Syria's land, Iranish land goes, who knows why they war. But Duke's back in the ring now. And Duke finally got the Deadly Snake Leader. And he's dropped them, Michael Cole says. Renee Young says, we're going to see the G.I. Joes take a win here. Michael Cole said. Then Renee Young said about his snake staff or snake stick. I don't think he's going to get the upper hand in this match. Ah, come on, a double cover? Give me a break, Corey Graves says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your winners, Duke and Roadblock, the G.I. Joes, whatever the English word is for that. Because the Joe is just short for the Heverous borrow named Joseph. And G, I guess it stands for General, which is a Latinist Frenchish borrow, which means main or mostly, or in this thought it means fighter or lead fighter. But anyway, Michael Cole says Duke and Roadblock beat Cobra Commander or Deadly Snake Leader, here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And I don't think that we'll ever have to deal or see him ever again, hopefully for a long time, Michael Cole says. At least that's my belief. I can tell you one thing right now, Renee Young says. We all knew the G.I. Joes. We all knew Hasbro's G.I. Joes. We know Duke and Roadblock were going to win against Cobra Commander or Deadly Snake Leader. You know, we knew that was going to happen, and it was a good match. I could tell you right now, Corey Graves says, it wasn't so much a good match. You know, I truly thought that it was not fair, you know, to put Cobra Commander, you know, or Deadly Snake Leader, or Head, or whatever you want to call him, you know, and put him in a handicap match with Duke and Roadblock, knowing he was going to lose right off the front, right off the lead. Corey Graves says, that could be your belief. That's my take. Well, believe it or not, we're going to have Bob Locke now talk with those two fellows. Thank you, Michael Cole and Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Duke and Roadblock here today on Friday Night Smackdown. First off, Duke, you and Roadblock made one hell of a tag team. You ever see yourself going for the TWF tag team winnings? Well, one day we see ourselves going for that. But we also had to know, Bob, we also had our foe-ship, if that's even a word, against, you know, Cobra Commander or Deadly Snake Leader, the so-called world's greatest fear striker. Well, he wasn't so great because you saw him beat us. You saw us beat him here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And you got to hang out with Father Yor, Grandfather Cold. Yeah, it's a double thing too. You know, getting to hang out with Father Yor, Grandfather Cold, it is a good thing. You know. And we did say if he needed help this Yor with gift giving, we would help him. I guess it hasn't really shifted. Alright, Roadblock. So do you think one day you'll be the TWF Tag Team Fighters? I don't know. I mean, we just saw what we did to Cobra Commander or Deadly Snake Leader. I think we'd be a great tag team, you know, and, you know, beating the real so-called greatest fear striker. You know, that's a double thing there. And hanging out with Father Yor, Grandfather Cold is like a good thing. And we did mean what we said. If he needed help, we'd be there and help him out if he needed any gift giving this year. Well, that's my talk with both Duke and Roadblock. Back to you, Michael Cole, Renee Young. Well, thank you, Bob Locke, for talking with Duke and Roadblock here today on Friday Night Smackdown. And is all the time we got here for Friday Night Smackdown. Michael Cole, with Renee Young and Corey Graves. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown, and we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Flu.